A 21-mile stretch of water could trigger a global famine, and farmers have no control over it. What if you could opt out without buying a single bag of fertilizer? By being your own supply chain. I'm going to show you how to opt out of the entire system, grow more food than ever, and spend almost no money doing it. The world's food supply hangs on a single choke point, the Strait of Hormuz. Up to 50% of the global fertilizer passes through this strait. With the Ukraine war and peak phosphorus, the era of cheap inputs is over. Conventional farming is linear, extractive, and we're finding out more fragile than we realize. Even organic has largely failed. We've swapped one set of inputs, petroleum-based fertilizer, for another. It takes more work, and the profits keep flowing to corporations rather than farmers. Most of the fertilizer at risk is nitrogen. But here's the secret. The air is 78% nitrogen. The problem is it's in a form that plants can't access directly. Nature doesn't need fertilizer or nitrogen inputs. There's a farming system that mimics nature, that uses what's around you. Zero supply chain, zero fertilizer bills, more food, better food. I'm talking about natural farming, and specifically about Korean natural farming, or KNF. It was developed by Master Cho, Han Kyu. He developed it over a period of 50 years and took it to over 30 countries. It was specifically designed for farmers with little to no resources. With his system, he was able to plant trees in the Gobi Desert, an area with almost zero rainfall, with almost 100% success rate. He turned rocky soil into plantable soil in 3 years. He had a magnetometer, basically a rod that would only go in a few centimeters because it was so rocky, but within 3 years he could sink the whole thing in. So basically a meter of soil in 3 years. But I saw him do something even more amazing in Kona, Hawaii, on a fresh Pahoehoe lava flow. This rock is so hard it doesn't even have cracks in it. In the area, maybe a mile or two away, I helped a coffee farm, and they were planting coffee, and the only way we could plant coffee was to drill a hole into the lava so we could put in a stick of dynamite and blast a planting hole. Now, the key to his success was indigenous microorganisms, IMO, and that's one of the key pillars of Korean natural farming. It's a complete ecosystem cultured from local healthy soils. Everything in the system is locally obtained. That's really yummy. Everything in Korean natural farming is edible and safe. Plant growth is directed using biochemical signaling technology, BST, using plant inputs, fermented plant juices, and some other inputs made with local materials on or near the farm. And we build a functional ecology. No waste or runoff, and little to no outside inputs. And we do this largely with animal integration. With animals, there are no flies, no smell, little to no disease, and we honor the animals' inherent needs. The system can keep animals warm in the winter, cool in the summer, and brood chicks without any additional electricity. And the first time I tried this, I was nervous. I had some baby chicks that I had bought, and I had them in an old cooler. And I didn't know if it would work. I was kind of worried because we were having a cold snap, so I set up a heat lamp. I didn't turn it on. I wanted to give the system a chance, but I had it ready to turn on, and I checked on the chicks every couple of hours, day and night, but I never had to turn it on. Not only that, I never had to clean their bedding. It stayed clean. They were always clean and dry and warm. There was no smell. It was pretty amazing. And when I moved it out to the barn, I never had any chicken diseases after that, not even mites. I used it on chickens and ducks and pigs, on sheep, cattle, horses, even an orphaned rabbit. Now, we can't change geopolitics, but we can change how we grow food. And natural farming, Korean natural farming, is the bridge from fragile to resilient. I have free articles if you want to learn more on my website, fermentedfarm.com. I'm making videos here. I have a step-by-step guide on how to start Korean natural farming coming soon, and some other ebooks and resources. So subscribe to the channel here, natural farming field notes, and my newsletter on the website fermentedfarm.com. There's well over 100 articles and other free resources. If enough people do these kind of solutions, then places like the Strait of Hormuz become irrelevant. You don't need a supply chain. You already have everything you need. Be your own supply chain. Peace and aloha.